Thank you for that intro, Gabby. My name is CWolfPilot. Like she said, we are running Zoids Battle Legends. This game is a ton of fun if you're not familiar with the Zoids series. Long story short, we're on the planet Z. We are fighting with giant animal mechs, and oh, why are you going to the demo mode right now when I'm trying to get this run started? Alright, come on now. Alright. So, time is going to start when I select Republic from the menu screen. I'll count it down as well.
Zoids Battle Legends.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so first things first, our very first mission, we're going to see a Zoid switch. One of the biggest things that loses time in this run is switching between Zoids because there's an animation that plays every single time. It just takes forever, so we try not to do it as much. You'll see I have a command wolf on the screen. You would think the wolf would be faster than the tortoise. That is just not correct. It is. The guns are weaker. The guns are weaker, and it is slower, surprisingly. It's just better all around to run the tortoise. So, mission 1, we are just 1v1ing a pilot from the Empire.
Let's go.
I'm not gonna keep you too up to date on the story of this game because a lot of times it doesn't make sense. For example, our protagonist here, Shoma, has been assigned to, the Republic's Blue Unicorn team, but nobody knows where the rest of his team is. They really just wanted this man out of the base, I think. It's the red versus blue equivalent of sending somebody out for headlight fluid. So we're just gonna try and stun lock this Tac Cat. It's doing a very good job keeping away from me right now. Rude. With our melee, and we're going to mix in some shots here. Generally, the fastest way to kill things, at least earlier in the game, is to mix in melee attacks and... Oh, good mission. Melee attacks and guns. Towards the end of the run, that will no longer be the case because things are just too dangerous to be close to. But, alright. When you see the text scrolling here, this is not me mashing. I'd love to take credit for that. I'm not that good at mashing. I just press start. It skips all. Yeah. So. Do a little bit of setup here. Jeez. I could stop selecting things I'm not... Oh my gosh. I could stop selecting things I'm not supposed to. That'd be great. There we go. Okay. Our goal of this mission is to eliminate 5 enemy Zoids. It means it when it says we have to eliminate 5 enemy Zoids. If I convince them to team kill each other, it does not count towards my total and I lose time. So we're going to try to avoid that, but sometimes there's not a whole lot I can do about it. So, start some damage over here, and then we're going to target swap. The most efficient way to play this game is by switching between targets whenever you can, just to make sure that you're not losing time when you could be doing damage. These sinkers are kind of hard to hit, especially with our melee attack, but we're going to work on our melee mixing anyways. This tiger's going to be a pain. Alright. So our strategy with the tiger is going to be the same as it was with the Tac Cat from the first mission. Just melee, stun lock it, finish it off. Good. And now we just got to kill 2 more sinkers. I will go back and forth between calling them sinkers and sea strikers because that is what they are called in the show. They call them sinkers in every form of game I've seen. They call them sea strikers. Don't know why, but so 2 more to finish off, 1 more to finish off. And we'll be on to the next mission. So as you can see, if I accidentally knock something down and it's my last target, it is very punishing. Oh my gosh. There we go. It takes forever for things to get back up in this game. And we just lose time anytime we do it. So our goal is to knock things down as little as possible, except when we can damage other things. Just not doing a very good job of it there. Okay, mission 3. This mission is one of the worst in the game because they found a way to put an auto-scroller into a 3D battle game. There's nothing I can do to speed this mission up, except kill things faster so that it reduces lag. So there's going to be a lot of downtime in this mission. So I'll shout you out, Gabby, when I've got a couple seconds if you want to promote some partners or something, but there'll be a bit of sitting around here if I'm playing.
You got yourself a deal.
Alright, so right at the start here, we're going to turn and we're going to shoot at this sinker, try and get it out of the way. Turn 1, 2, 3, 4 at the Mulga. Kill the Sea Striker, shoot at the Mulga again. So there is a fun glitch that can happen on this level, and by fun I mean run ending, where our big snail transporter, the hover cargo, will just stop moving sometimes. So I have a safety save on the other side of this mission just in case, but it's not super common. It shouldn't happen, but anything can happen on a marathon, so we are just gonna play it safe and have the safety save. Alright, we'll finish this guy off and then we'll have to wait like a full minute for anything if you got somebody you want to shout out, Gabby.
Absolutely. If you're just joining us, hi, hello. We are the Asian Speedrunners Alliance. We aim to celebrate our Asian members of the speedrunning community and promote Asian representation in community events of all kinds. By holding its own events, as well as collaborating with groups like Speed Stuff for Charity, ASA seeks to showcase all of our talented Asian speedrunning community members. If you would like to learn more about the Asian Speedrunners Alliance, check out our Discord by typing in !ASA in chat. Now we are sitting at 23 out of 40 subs to watch that Pepsi Man in-game cutscene incentive that we have. Chat, now is a great opportunity. I would love to see this number go up. We don't have a whole lot of time. We have some time, but not a lot of time. And we do have other incentives that I would love for us to get to. So we can make like some speedrunners and make really quick work of this incentive. I would love to see it. And truly, chat, you want to see these Pepsi Man cutscenes. If you haven't seen them, you want to.
They're an experience for sure. You should definitely donate, or you should definitely subscribe for those. They're a lot of fun. So, not a whole lot to talk about here, just more things to fight. I suppose I can talk about the different options. You see me in the setup screen a few times already. There's 3 different slots, well, 3 different categories that we can equip things to. There's the weapons category, where I equip things like better guns and missiles. There's the option category, which is where I equip things like boosters and shields. The only things you'll see me use in that category in this run are boosters and for 1 level a shield, because there's no point using one for the final boss arena. And then the last one is the sub-option parts, or excuse me, the sub-parts. Those are things that just improve your stats. They don't have any visible effect on the screen, but they can help me move faster, they can help me deal damage, things like that. So there's a fair bit of menuing in this run. There's a fair bit of just optimization of parts. A lot of it you feel more than see on your timer. So, and now we wait for more things to spawn, because who doesn't love an auto scroller?
It's really riveting content that we have going on here.
Oh yes. Oh yes. The most exciting thing that can happen in that mission is the glitch I talked about. But thankfully we didn't get that. Oh, 25 HP? You're kidding me. Yeah, so the goal of this mission is to move that hover cargo to a certain point in the map, and once it hits that spot, that's when the mission will end, and I can do nothing to speed it along except prevent it from taking damage and getting stunned. So, very little we can do to speed this one up. Just reduce lag by killing things fast and keep it from getting hit. That was the last enemy in the mission, and we still have like 20 seconds to wait. So, got something else you want to shout out, and it'd be a good time.
Yeah, no worries. Goodness. If you're interested in learning about any of our other partners, I did talk earlier about Dragon Roast Coffee, but if you're interested in learning about our other partners of the stream, For example, Tantrum merch. They are partnering with us this season on an exclusive merch collection. The lineup includes a variety of unique items, t-shirts, bento boxes, hoodies, and more. You can shop now at tantrummerch.com/SS4C, and a portion of all of those proceeds will go to supporting us so we can continue to put on awesome events like this.
So we just had our first choice of the game. This game does have a few branching paths. They're not super in depth as far as the choices go. It's like help this team or don't help this team. And really the only things that affects are the equipment you unlock, the Zoids you unlock, and on occasion the enemies you encounter. So for the most part, it's faster to... Hold on, I gotta focus for just a second, because our friend Rainer here likes to jump in this pit and die if I don't play correctly. And this is the only mission in the game where if your partner dies, you lose. So we don't want that to happen.
Definitely something you want to avoid.
Yeah. And there's an environmental hazard that he just loves to jump into. And he killed one of the Mulgas early, so that's not necessarily good. The goal with this mission is to damage everything a lot and then sweep it all up in one go so that everything is dead at once. The way the respawns in this game work is if there is nothing to respawn, or if it reads that every enemy is dead, the mission just ends before the respawn counter ticks down. So even if there are respawns available left, if everything's dead, it's not going to respawn anything. So it makes things a little difficult sometimes when you can't tell what's on a respawn timer and what isn't, like in this mission. But I think we're doing okay here. Oh, we just got a respawn right there. No, we didn't. Beautiful. Nice. Okay. So, like I was talking with the branching paths, you won't see a whole lot of effect from it, and there's only 3 options for it in our 16 missions, but it's something that's there, so. Okay. So, this mission is a simple point A to point B mission. You'll see a little bit of tech in it, and this was originally the spot where we swapped Zoids first. We originally went from the Cannon Tortoise to the Shadow Fox, which is Fox Zoid. The geometry in this level is really bad. So when you're playing as a Zoid that walks as opposed to floats like this one, you'll just randomly get caught on the ground, and all your momentum will go away, and you lose time. It's no fun. So I figured out that by using the Cannon Tortoise and floating over everything, we could mitigate that a lot. And then by jumping slightly on an angle like I am, we actually gain a little bit of speed too. It's not a ton. Oh, jeez. See, there's a bad collision. That one I couldn't avoid. Maybe by, not jumping into the side of the hill, I could have avoided it, but it's hard to say for sure. When we're using our booster, if we jump at the last second of our booster and we keep jumping, we can actually preserve our momentum somewhat. So do it here. So jump, and we jump again, and if we're lucky, we preserve some of that momentum through all those jumps until the next boost. So there is some tech in this game. It's not just shoot everything and kill everything. It's actually a fairly in-depth little game.
As much as we enjoy Shoot the Cool Gun, movement tech is always entertaining.
We love Shoot the Cool Gun. That's one of the best parts of this game. Tell you what, the graphics are kind of busted because it's from 2001 and it's on the GameCube. But Shoot the Gun is always fun. And like I said before, if you haven't seen the Zoids series, if you're not familiar with it, it is a ton of fun. So, doing a little bit of options set up here. This is one of the scariest missions in the run. There are 3 enemies in this mission. There's 2 Sinkers or Sea Strikers and Lightning Spikes. The Lightning Spikes is an absolute bully. It can kill me from 100 HP to 0 with 2 melee attacks. So we're going to do our best to just not get hit. We're going to focus on killing these Sea Strikers. The worst part is I can't even focus the thing down and take it out first, because then I would get a second one. So we have to kill these Sea Strikers first, because they're quicker to kill. And this one is floating up on the ledge and being a jerk. Oh, we're in trouble here. Oh, nope, we got out of it. Everything's fine. Nothing happened. There was no panic.
Everything is fine. Nothing to worry about. This is all according to plan.
So you'll see I'm pretty much on my booster the whole time I'm playing this level, and it's because I'm so scared of that lightning Sykes. It's really far away right now, so I'm actually going to melee mix for a second. Oh good, it is all the way over there. Let's deal some damage to it actually, so that it's easier to kill later. Hopefully I don't get its attention too much, because I don't really want it to come over here. So yeah, it's more respawn manipulation with this level. I don't want to fight two lightning Sykes, so I kill all of the sinkers first. It's scary, but it's the best strategy. Thankfully, he's kind of being nice to me this time. These guys aren't. I don't know what he's doing. I can't go out there, or I'll die, but he gets to just walk out there for free. That's not fair. Oh, and there's the Sykes. We want to run. Gonna have to deal with my focus face for just a second. Oh, and the other striker's dead. Okay, good. We can focus this thing now. Hopefully our buddy in the shield liger comes over and helps us somewhat, because he does more damage than us. And he's tankier. But if he doesn't, it's fine too. We'll get through. Missed me, that's fine. That might kill? Yes, good. Alright, excellent. Scary mission done. Very good.
GG.
Our next mission is kind of slow, but not nearly as scary, though I have died on it in a few practice runs here recently. Just like testing out different weapon combinations on what's going to be fastest. But overall, it should be a lot less frightening than the last mission. So we're going to see our friend the hover cargo again, and we are protecting it from attacking Imperial forces. And the biggest threat here, as long as I'm playing well, is actually the worm Zoid, the Mulga. Because its missiles are very painful, and they are really hard to dodge because you can't always see where they're coming from. So we're going to focus on taking down the weakest Zoid first. Not usually the strategy we'll take, but sometimes it's valid. We're just going to deal as much damage to these guys as we can in the meantime while that one's knocked down. So this mission's actually a really good time to talk about the other options we have in the game. So, like I said, I'm only ever going to use the shield and booster, but that thing that the Dark Horn just spat out, that is actually a mine, and if I walk over it, it explodes, it knocks me down, and it does a ton of damage. And the Red Horn, which you haven't actually seen on your screen yet, but it's definitely shooting at me, has a smoke screen, which is very annoying because it actually will ruin my lock-ons. I can cycle through all the enemy Zoids within my radar range and lock onto them, which makes aiming a little bit easier. It centers the camera a lot better. So walking into that smoke screen is really, really annoying. It's something we want to avoid doing at all costs. Because it's not as simple as walking out of it, there's actually a timer to it, to the effect. So if I'm in that smoke screen, I just can't see for like 30 seconds. It's not that long, but annoying. Okay, and we target swap. Other optional parts include things like there's an invisibility booster, there's... let me think. What else is that? Oh, I got melee. That's not good. So remember when I said that the only thing that was scary in this mission was the Mulga as long as I'm playing well? And these guys hurt a lot with their melees, but usually I'm standing far enough away that it's not a problem. That guy snuck up on me, even though I have a radar. Just lack of awareness. So part of the fun of this game is you can customize pretty much anything that you want. You can make, you can put lots of different weapons from one Zoid onto another Zoid. You can use your different sub-options, your optional parts. You can do a lot of different crazy things with your Zoids, but you'll only see a couple of options here, since, you know, we're trying to go fast. We're only picking fast stuff. Where did you... Brother. Why? Okay, well,
Oh,
since
he's
you're gonna
way
be...
off into the distance. Oh no!
Yeah! What is he doing up there? So, while he's up there, it's actually a decent time to talk about the difference between some of my weapons. This game actually has a couple cool little, like, features that help me tell what weapon I'm equipping next. So on the bottom right, my green weapon is my active weapon. Since it has an H on it, I know that it's a homing weapon. The weapon now that is in green is an S weapon, which is a standard weapon, which means I have to aim. Which aiming is hard. We don't like to aim if we don't have to, but generally the weapons that are standard do more damage. So we will end up using a lot of those, not so many of the homing weapons, but every now and then we'll pull out one of the homing weapons too. So I'm just gonna rip this guy, and that is that mission.
Mission accomplished.
Okay. So we'll check back into the story for just a second. We worked with the Imperial Force for just a second, and now we're back on our own. But now we've encountered basically a terrorist group called Terrorgeist, and they are bringing out their big bad Zoid called the Death Soarer. We are not going to fight Death Soarer this mission, though. You'll see it in the background, maybe, but we are actually going to avoid it at all costs. We only need to kill the ads in this mission. So, we're fighting terrorists now, everybody.
The story really has taken a turn.
Yeah, we went from Shoma just kind of getting kicked out of the base to search for people that might not still be alive to now we're fighting terrorists. Yeah, it's kind of a roller coaster. This is one of my favorite strategies. It's a bit of a mental break in the run because all I got to do is hold A. Point towards the Elephant on the right, hold A. Point towards the Elephant on the left. Once that one dies, hold A again. In theory, it would be quicker to get up close and do some melee mixing stuff, but these things hurt a lot when they catch you. So it's just safer to do this, and honestly, it's not that much slower. So the Elephanters are tanky enough that they only get knocked down a couple times usually. So this is the preferred strategy. Oh yeah, he actually showed up on the screen. That doesn't always happen. Alright, let's see if I can spot the Death Soarer in the distance. Usually if I can see it, it's just like, okay, so right by my radar, there's like tiny little clouds of dust getting kicked up. That is the Death Soarer in the distance. That is how far away it is. We are not interested in getting closer. It's like straight up from the R in Elephanther now. We don't want that thing to get closer, and you'll see why next mission. So...
It's a secret tool that will be important later? Question mark?
Or like a secret weapon that could kill us later. Yes, that's the idea. It's big, scary. It's called the Death Soarer for a reason. Thankfully, we have lots of practice killing it, so should be fine. Should be fine. All right. We're going to see our second Zoid of the run. Well, third, technically. We saw my beloved Command for about 3 frames. But we are going to switch to the Liger Arrow, or as I like to call it, the Liger Oreo. It's not black and white, but it's a better name than Arrow, so... This thing is more durable. It's got better cannons. I think technically it moves just a little bit slower, but... it hurts a lot more, and that's what we want right now, is things that hurt. We're going to equip a generator. We're actually going to equip 2 generators and a speed plug. Generators increase our damage. Speed plugs improve our speed. So, alright. I hope you guys are ready to meet the Zoid equivalent of Godzilla, because here he be.
Oh, those front teeth are scary.
Oh yes, oh yes. We will not be using them this mission because, fun fact, this thing is invulnerable to melee damage. So if I walked up to it, I would just get knocked back. Say hello to Godzilla.
Hello, Godzilla.
That was way too early. So you're gonna hear me counting because anytime this thing gets staggered 1 to 2, it has a certain amount of vulnerability frames. and we want to shoot the second that it's vulnerable again, and we have to account for our travel time. It's kind of a weird timing to get, so I just kind of count out loud to help myself. Stagger, and then it starts move 1, 2, and then we shoot again. Pretty simple formula. Takes a bit of practice to get down. There is a way to prevent him from getting staggered, but it's kind of tricky to do in story modes 1, 2, because the timing is difficult. I have to take 2 shots usually to stagger him in story, whereas in mission mode in battle mode I've got all the best equipment because I can just shop from everything else, but we'll see if we can get it here. Maybe? Yeah, there it is. So that little turning animation, he normally would have iframes there, but he does not when he's in that animation. So we try to get that as often as we can, but it is not easy to get in mission mode, like I said. 1, 2. I'm yapping over my counting. Just a couple of shots, but it's okay. 2. This mission, saving time really comes down to how many times you end up stunning this thing versus how much damage your partners deal. Though, honestly, this game is so laggy that sometimes it's better if the partners just die out quickly, which they don't usually do, but that's one of its scariest attacks, the little sneeze laser. This big charged particle beam does a lot of damage, but it's not very likely to hit me. The sneeze laser is fast, and it will knock me down in a hurry. So, but it's dead now, so everybody say goodbye, Godzilla.
Goodbye, Godzilla.
Alright, bet you didn't think we'd be killing Godzilla in a Zoids game today, but okay. This next mission, we are running off to the city, and we're gonna fight some dinosaurs, some raptors. Very wide variety of inspiration they took from the mechs in the Zoids series, because we've got everything from like leopards, cheetahs, and tigers and lions to this one's just a dinosaur, guys. Oh, I forgot a mission. That's okay. I didn't mess up any setup or anything because of it. I just forgot about this mission. We're actually going to fight some gorillas here instead of dinosaurs. Like I said, wide variety of things they took inspiration from.
Surely we'll get to the dinosaurs, but on the topic of different
fight
mechs,
lots of dinosaurs.
Do you have a favorite mech that shows up in this game? I would love to know.
Command Wolf, my beloved, that we saw for about 3 seconds at the start. We will fight with a wolf mech later, but Command Wolf is my favorite Zoid, and we don't use it because Cannon Tortoise is just better. It makes me very sad. Sometimes when I'm feeling not speedrunning, but I want to play the game, I'll do a story mode in the Command Wolf, or I'll do like a battle mode in it and just wreck everything because it's fun.
You know, given your username, this makes sense, but I figured it was worth asking anyway.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. For all you know, it was from a different game, but no. I am the Command Wolf pilot, and we don't get to pilot Command Wolf. It makes me sad. But this mission is actually one of my favorites. It runs fairly well is one of the reasons. It doesn't lag nearly as bad as some of the other missions do. Empire is really bad about missions that lag. Republic's not so bad, thankfully. But you'll see what I mean later. There are a couple that just absolutely just stutter like crazy. For a GameCube game, they made some really ambitious decisions, and they really didn't have the hardware to support it, but that's okay. 4 HP, nice. Those guys are dead. Now we're gonna go to the city and fight the raptors.
Mission accomplished.
I was making fun of it. Like your Era's kind of a cool Zoid too, but big old cannons, big old lion. No setup here, just going straight to mission start.
As we load in, friends, if you are a Prime gamer, any Prime subscriptions will also help us get towards our 40 sub goal to watch all of the in-game cutscenes in Pepsi Man.
Pepsi Man. Again, if you've never seen those, they're absolutely hilarious. I would suggest it. Get those subs in, because I want to see them too. Alright, we're going to try and do some more respawn manipulation here. We're going to try and kill this raptor really quickly, because this one tends to stay very close to us. And the raptors can each respawn once. The respawns in this game are generally tied to individuals rather than like a unit of, say, the raptors, because there's two different raptors. We haven't encountered the other one yet. So if I can kill off one of them, I need you to not do that. Thank you. If we can kill off one of the raptors early, that's going to make our life easier later for us to, excuse you, to finish the mission quickly. Or, I don't know how that went right through, but okay. We're trapped on this building. It's not good. There we go. Alright, now we're going to go focus on this Genosaur. The Genos have a really annoying melee attack where their claws just kind of extend in front of them. It's very fast and hard to dodge, whereas pretty much everything else will jump in the air and you can see it coming. These Genos are kind of difficult to dodge, so staying back from them, playing a little safe. At this point, the odds that they kill me is pretty low, but it's never zero, so if I can kill this while this is down, would be really ideal, but for some reason I'm just going to shoot over its shoulders. Right? We adapt. You're dead. Okay. So, I was talking about the variety of Zoids inspirations that they took for the mechs in this series. There's a GameCube Advance game called Zoids Legacy or Zoids Saga 2. Ask what region you're from. That has 151 different Zoids that you can play in it. Some of them are just, wow, okay, variants of other Zoids, but still, that is a big number. I think they were trying to copy Pokemon with that number, if I'm being honest, but excuse me? Yeah, like, come around the corner and melee me. This guy is... Get out of here. Okay. After this mission, it is very important that I choose not to work with the Empire. One, because we don't like the Empire, but two, because it'll lock me out of some of the best Zoid choices in this run. So we're going to hold down here, because we can buffer inputs. We're going to hold down until we hear the clicking, and then we're going to press A to not work with the Empire. Alright, we did it. We didn't ruin the run. Sometimes it's the simple things like that that can just absolutely destroy a pace. We will reset our arrow. We are going to change pilots for the only time in the run, and we are going to equip the Conic Wolf. This is my favorite Zoid that we use. It is an absolute boss-killing machine because the cannon on its back does a lot of damage, and it swivels really widely, so it's really easy to aim with it. So, we love the Conic Wolf here. It's also a wolf. It's the only wolf we get to use, so I'll take it, I guess.
It's a compromise.
Exactly. So this mission is kind of funny because the strategy, most people, when you think boss fight, you think, okay, kill the ads, focus the boss. We're going to do the exact opposite. We're going to go straight to the boss, and we're going to do our best to get the ads to kill themselves on the boss. It's pretty consistent because they don't have a whole lot of health, and this thing will stun them and knock them back if they run into it. And it shoots enough bullets that a lot of times it will shoot them too. There's nothing funnier than watching it shoot its big charged particle cannon and just absolutely obliterate a sinker. It's hilarious every time. Hopefully we'll get to see it, but...
We'll have to keep an eye out.
Yes. But Conic Wolf is going to make quick work of this thing. Yeah. Oh, I thought he was going to run into some, but I stunned him first. Dang. Death Stinger is a cool Zoid. It's one of the antagonists in the first anime. I get confused about which one came when, but there's like 6 different Zoids animes, all with different gimmicks and storylines. Get away from me. I don't want you to give me a hug as much as you want to give me a hug.
It'd be a very, very spicy hug, I think.
Yes, very, very spicy. Ah. So most of the things that are hitting me are not dealing that much damage. I'm getting hit a lot, but it's mostly by these turrets. The turrets don't deal a lot of damage. All they really do is lag the level. But it's not enough for me to like go around and kill them. Ooh, almost got me that time. Gotta be quicker than that. It's just box rated, you know. This level cracks me up every time I do it. And that shit, 28 HP, of course. Things are just trying to live on 1 HP from today. It's really annoying. And one more. If I can get pointed the right direction, there we go. Okay, one more mission with our Conic Wolf, and then we'll switch again.
Now, chat, we've seen a couple of mechs so far. I would love to know if you have a favorite that you've seen, if there is an animal or a creature that you would like to see coming up. Let me know.
There's a lot of them.
I'm sure there is.
We're getting into fantasy land here soon, too. So, there are straight up dragon mechs, so...
Oh, that kind of rules.
A little bit of everything. They do. One of them is the scariest Zoid in the run. That the first several world records in this category had deaths to. By the way, deaths are very punishing in this game because you lose all of your mission progress. So we're just going to try not to die. Though generally that's the goal. No such thing as a death boost in this game. We're about to get wrecked probably, but it's okay. Yeah. I'm just trying to clear away some ads so they, especially these Volgas, will stop hitting me so hard. Again, the sinkers are not that big of a threat. They'll kill themselves like they did in the last mission, but these Molgas can really hurt me if I'm not careful. One of them just got charged particle beamed, that's hilarious. So the timing for this guy's iframes are a lot easier to work out because I can actually see like blue sparks when I stun him, and I can just kind of base it off of that. Whereas with the Death Soarers, they are usually kind of hidden in the body, so I can't see them very well. So I don't have to count like I did in the Death Soarer missions to get the timing right. Makes life a little bit easier, but. Hop around and slap things in the face. I think it's really interesting that they included the dodge mechanic in this game. If you can imagine a GameCube controller, I'm using that little C stick to hop in different directions, and I'm sure you can hear my controller clicking because it's very loud in my own ears. But you can dodge in every direction. The sequel to this game, you could actually like drift. It was an odd decision, but that game only came out in Japan, so. Makes me sad. The Zoid series in general has this very weird habit of only releasing the second game in series to the West. Like, this game is the second Zoids versus game. Zoids Legacy is the second Zoid Saga game, and both of them are the only ones that came out in the West. I don't know why they do that, but that's how they do it.
Mission accomplished.
Okay, and we are coming up to the last 3 missions. We have 2 more Zoid swaps to go, one right here. We are going to be equipping the eponymous Liger Zero. This is the Zoid that the main protagonist of the New Century Zero anime used, and we're going to be using a variant called the Zero Schneider that has swords, because we've gone from guns to swords now.
The natural evolution, of course, as opposed to the other way around. We do have some new friends in chat. So hello, everybody. Hi, welcome on in. You are watching Speed Stuff for Charity. We are back, yes, hi, with our collaboration event with the Asian Speedrunners Alliance. SS4C collaborates with communities and supports charities through events all year long. So if you would like to support Speed Stuff for Charity in holding events like this, consider subscribing. And if we hit certain subathon goals, you'll unlock some awesome incentives for our speedruns this weekend. For example, we are currently aiming for a grand total of 40 subscriptions so we can watch all of the Pepsi Man cutscenes. We are working towards that. We are currently sitting at 23. And if you can't subscribe, consider spreading the word to your social networks. We deeply appreciate all of you being here and supporting us by watching the show, and we're sure your friends will enjoy themselves too. So thank you all so much for stopping by. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for the rage, and it's good to see you. So this mission, we're just going to kill everything, as has been the MO for the last couple. The boss in this mission is this Chimera right here. Chimera Dragon Notice. And its heads are all these little cats. So one of them has not come to join us, unfortunately, so that might lose us a little bit of time, but we'll find out later. Oh, actually, no, they're all here. Beautiful. So we're going to deal damage to these as we can, but our main focus is going to be the dragon. Because dragons are scary. And one of them's running away. No, don't do that. Not a whole lot like respawn manipulation here, just trying to kill everything at the same time. There's a little bit because we can get some... Oh, that's not good. We can get some respawns from the cats, but as long as we take out this guy pretty quickly, it shouldn't be that big a deal. Alright. That guy is the boss of this mission, but next mission he's going to be one of the ads. I don't know why they made that decision. It doesn't make much sense to me. Our blades went straight over that cat. That's not ideal. Blades are absolutely broken in this game. They deal a ton of damage and are not super likely to knock your enemies over. I know it seems like I'm knocking them over fast, but it's just the sheer amount of damage I'm doing relative to if I used a gun, I'd be more likely to. So that's why we use the blades. They're very good in this game.
Mission accomplished.
Pretty well. Okay. Second scariest mission in the run. This is the mission I was talking about earlier when I said there was a Zoid that every world record had a death to for the first period of this game's life. And it's called the Lord Gale, and we'll see it towards the end of this mission. Hopefully not too closely, but we'll see. Also, for some reason, they start you pointing the wrong direction in this mission. First thing I have to do is turn 180 degrees to run down this super long corridor.
Oh, that's so silly.
I don't know why I'm facing the wrong direction. But here we go.
All right, chat. Send us your energy. Send us your best vibes.
So, do a little bit of bunny hopping here, but we should only have to do it once. It's not a whole lot different from the escape mission as far as just running goes, but... bounce. Pretty good one. Okay. And before our booster runs out, we should come up on our first couple of chimeras. We are. So like I said, these things were the boss in the last mission, and now they're the ads. I should kill each of these with about 2 passes of my blades. Maybe 3, because I did not damage that first one very well. You'll notice I'm not using the lock-on function very much in this mission, and it's because of the high walls. The high walls, that one's going to try and get away from me. Alright, we're going to go chase that one down before he gets too far. Oh no, he came back, okay. Still, let's not run that risk. The lock-on function is great, it lets me see what I'm aiming at, but if I lock on, sometimes it will just take me to the roof, like that. So, I don't like to use it in this mission, and now it's screwed my camera because I was trying to show something off. There we go. Okay. 6 of these things to kill, and then the Lord Gale. Actually, it might be 7. I don't remember. I don't even really register these things for the most part. The blades tend to pretty drastically simplify the gameplay too, because now I don't have to worry about so much about aiming, which is nice because my aim is bad. But this thing right here, this is the Lord Gale. This is the scariest Zoid in the game. I probably have more deaths than lightning strikes in Mission 6, but that's just because it's earlier in the run. If this thing were early in the run, I would definitely have more deaths to it. Ooh, yep, and that's why. So I actually managed to mitigate some of the damage by jumping at the last second. When you get hit, in the air, it'll just knock you down, and they won't be able to continue their combo on me. So by jumping at the last second, I managed to mitigate some of that damage. But the safest way to do this is to just make sure my booster is active as I go past him. Oh, I did not do it very well that time, because I got caught up and lost some momentum. Alright, we knocked him down. But yeah, this is the second to last mission, and for a long time, the world record had deaths in this mission. So, first person to do it clean, which was me, just basically walked into a free world record. It was great, we loved it. Alright, final Zoid swap, final level. This is another favorite Zoid of mine. It's called the Griffin, and it's because it has the biggest gun in the game. It's great. Last choice, too. We're actually going to choose Cooperate with Rodiger so that we have a little bit of help fighting this last boss, but it's a little bit of menuing to do here. One boss to fight, and then time will be coming up. Time will be when it says mission complete after this last mission. Probably 2-3 minutes from now.
We are making quick work of it then, chat. Now is a great opportunity before we end our run. We do still have a few more runs left, but the sooner we get to that Pepsi Man incentive, the sooner we open up more incentives for you so we can have more fun here during this AAPI showcase. So, if you are a Prime gamer and you have any Prime subscriptions, those also count towards our total. Gifted subs also count towards our total. Every little bit helps.
Oh, nice. I tried to jump the shot, and it did not work. Well, my shield wasn't ready, so that was the only option I had for dodging it. Well, no, I could have sidestepped, but I tried to go over it so that I could get a shot on target too, but that's okay. This is the Mad Thunder. This thing is very cool, very big, very slow. Thankfully, a very easy target. And the Griffin is just going to absolutely destroy it because we have these cannons on our back. Sir, you're doing a little more damage to me than I would like, though. One more shot should do it. Alright. When mission complete shows up on the screen, it will be time. And time.
GG!
4650, that's not too bad. I want to say world record's somewhere in the 44 realm right now, but I've had a lot of menuing errors, so that's okay. So, yeah, thank you guys for having me. Again, my name is CWolfPilot. This was Zoids Battle Legends Republic Mission Mode. There are 3 other categories in this game. There's Empire Mission Mode, there's 2 different battle mode speedruns. It's a lot of fun. If you're looking for a game to pick up and play, this is a great one to do it in. Thank you guys for having me. Make sure you get your subs in so that we can see the Pepsi Man cutscenes. This has been a blast. Thank you guys so much for having me again.
CWolfPilot, where can the good people find you?
Twitch and YouTube are the 2 main places where I'm active. It's CWolfPilot for both of those. Twitch.tv/CWolfPilot and YouTube.com/CWolfPilot. Mostly just speedrun VODs up there right now, but every now and then I'll make some other content too, so.
Sounds great. Thank you so much for the run. This was such a blast. I had a fabulous time. I can tell the chat also had a fabulous time. We had some shout outs for that dragon mech from earlier. Again, thank you so much. This was an absolute pleasure. We're going to take a quick break as we settle in and get set up for our next run. So hang in there, everybody. Though before we go, I do want